While many came to the New World from England seeking religious freedom, Catholics long faced persecution in the 13 colonies. That meant they were forced to worship discreetly and at times even in secret. As EWTN's Catherine Hadro explains, one church in St. Mary's County in Maryland managed to survive those challenges as well as stand the test of time.
This is St. Francis Xavier Church, the first established church in the 13 colonies, built by Jesuits in 1731.
It was built during a time when there was a lot of persecution of Catholics in Maryland. Catholics were not allowed to build churches. And so this was originally built as just sort of a meeting house. It didn't have a steeple, it didn't have the vestibule or the sacristy. And then those parts of the church were added on later. So it's sort of built in pieces, which gives the church kind of a unique appearance.
These are the pictures that we have of St. Francis Xavier. This is the oldest picture here from the 1880s. And then you can see that they were farming right up to the front of the church. And then this is the early 1910s.
This is why this place is so sacred. It was the only space where Catholics could practice their faith without drawing attention to themselves.
For that period between the beginning of Maryland and the Revolutionary War, they only had 40 years that Catholics could openly worship. Not until the Declaration of Independence could they then openly worship in the United States at that point.
This church also served as a place to discuss the Revolution and other important matters.
You sit in here in this pew and think about, through the years, the Revolution was talked about in this place. Slavery was talked about in here. The war between the states was talked about in here.
It was this search for religious freedom that motivated Catholics to support the Revolution. The manor house where the Jesuits lived in community was transformed into a hospital during the war. 50% of the soldiers there were Catholic. It has been 250 years since the Declaration of Independence not only freed this country, but also gave freedom to the members of our church.
Many of the families here today have roots, very, very, very deep roots in this area and in this parish where their families have been members for many generations. This is, yes, it's a very historically significant place and historically significant building, but it's also a place with a very active and vibrant and faithful practicing, Catholic community here as well.
As you look at St. Francis Xavier's intimate church in St. Mary's County, it's a mix of past and present. But one thing is a constant. The love and protection of our Lord will always stand the test of time. Catherine Hadro, EWTN News Nightly.